Hello, I'm June. I'm a tour guide with the City of Bellevue. You're going to be touring the log cabin, and the log cabin was built in the early 1800s when the city began, and it was on the banks of the Missouri, and it was moved up here when they had an outbreak of cholera, and it's standing in the place that it was brought up to. So. We had 3 residents that lived in this cabin, and one was Judge Gal. He had the only twins born in this cabin. He wasn't here very long. And another one was Mrs. Mountain. Mrs. Mountain was here 65 years without plumbing and electricity, and she had 2 children, 2 sons. She was a widow, and she passed away when she was almost 95. And she was our longest living resident in this cabin. This log cabin did have a front porch, but it was taken down, and also had an outhouse, which is gone. But they used to have the little potties that they could go on instead of going outside in the evening. And I just wanted to take it room by room. The front room is the living room, and it has a melodeon piano. It has a little day bed, and it did have a dirt floor, but they took that out to put in the regular floor that you see here, and it did have a fireplace. Her bedroom is right off the living room, and it has her little shoes. They had very small feet back then because they ate differently. She has a bedroom for the boys. We have baby stuff in it to kind of show you what the baby stuff looked like in that time. She did add on this kitchen back here. This building was not this big. And she added on this kitchen, and she added a little washroom on the side. And there's a bathtub in there that they used to bathe in every Saturday night. They only took a bath once a week because they had to heat the water up. And there's a high chair, and there's a washing machine, wringer washer. And there's a stovepipe that used wood. It has some cute little things. It has a little waffle maker. This is my favorite, is the lamp. It's in a lot of the movies that you see. So if you're watching some of the old cowboy movies, you'll see this oil lamp, and it's really impressive. This one's not too impressive. It's kind of aging with the cabin. They had a table and a rocking chair, and some of the artifacts that are in back of me. There's a hanging on this wall that held their fans. You know, when it would get hot, they didn't have air conditioning, so they would use their fans. On the stove is a different coffee pot of that time, and there's it's a coal bin, but I believe they used wood. I don't think they used coal in this place. And we have some soap. They used to make their own soap. And there's a pie cupboard in the room alongside of me, butter churner, and there's an ironing board over there too, but it's wooden. Isn't that crazy? And the iron was put on the stove. It was a flat iron. So over here we have, it's kind of like a flour mixer. If you put, flour and water, you mix it with this machine over here. Mixing bowls, they have, there's an old spice box that you can look at, a rocking chair, and there's several different dishes behind me that have been given to us by some of the people in the community to show what the time was back then. Judge Gal was the judge of the day, and he's the one that had the twins, and he was 100 years old when he died. So anybody who lived here had longevity, so maybe we went on one of the log cabin. It's quite livable, and there is an upstairs. The gentleman that lived upstairs worked at the Bellevue College, which was the only moneymaker in town at that time, and they used to do maintenance work. And to get out of the second story, they would have a rope ladder that went down to the side because they did not go through her house. And they would eat all their meals at the college, and then they would come back and climb up and sleep for the night. And that was their extent of their life up there. Upstairs, the bed is made out of tree trunks, and there's a light mattress type thing, kind of like an air mattress, I call it. You can see the ceiling, the makings of the ceiling, and also the roof outside. If we have to have it done, it has to be done by someone that knows about that type roof.